everybody! We're going to be playing Enough with Living as a Hero today. Right, introductions! So, we're here with Hanbyeol and Leah today. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Leah, or Kissesfromlia, and I am a voice actress. I usually do spicier stuff, so this is kind of fun to do, like, safe for work. And on stream. I don't usually stream either.
Hi, my name's Hanbyeol. It means 1 star in Korean. I'm your Starboy VTuber. What's up?
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
welcome back from the dead, resurrected himself.
One life in Korean, but now 2. Oh, I'm so cringe.
It's okay.
It's okay, we know.
Yeah. Missed you, dude.
Miss you too, man. What is this visual novel about? How'd you find it?
So right. Yeah, so my one of my besties, his name is Akai Rosu. He worked on the sprites for this game. And then I think it's a game jam project, and the plot is actually kind of cute too, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So it's about pathetic novel that sort of
You?
yeah, we've been playing Kian. I think that's how you say his name. He sort of summons a really OP guy.
I'm OP.
Yeah, you are.
It's like the male dream. Or side character.
Main character energy.
The legendary hero energy guy. And then Lisali is sort of like Kian's teacher. Oh my god, that tracks!
Oh,
Because you're gonna help me out too. What? What is this accurate typecasting? It's gonna be fun voicing these characters and doing this mini playthrough, because that's a demo, so the team could only afford to make a demo.
Okay. Are we gonna start playing?
Yeah, we are. Hold on, let me switch scenes real quick.
Wait, I love the little tail. That's so cute.
Yeah. Can't stop wagging.
Oh yay!
Taiyo, put that thing away!
The great. I don't know. Okay, so there's like a narrator. There's a narrator. But
Should I? Okay, I can read the narrator.
But the narrator is in first person.
Is it a guy? Oh.
I think it's actually Han, but we can alternate. But you don't have to. You don't have to. I can do most of it until it.
Okay, who wants to start?
I'll start since it's me, and then we can take turns. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Little do they know, I will not relinquish my role. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I can do it.
The great demon lord is dead. I feel a numbness in my chest, unanswered questions lingering in my head as I step back. Was this truly the end? Could I trust that this was the end? Silence surrounds me, the wind whistling an unfamiliar melody. Was this what it meant to fulfill a prophecy? Click. Who wants to go next?
There is no living.
You're good.
Okay, wait. Leah, go.
No, that was really funny. Okay. Oh. There is no living person left to answer me, with the great demon lord defeated in battle, and their ashes adrift in the wind. It's certainly a morbid way to welcome this new era of peace. I was no stranger to witnessing death, so perhaps it's still childish of me to entertain my hopes. Hopes that something might click into place deep within me, that I would feel complete at the end of all this. The ringing in my ears and my hand's refusal to simply stay still would have to suffice as an answer. Yes, it was enough. It had to be enough. For this was the end. My knees met the ground in one fell swoop, exhaustion crumpling down with me. At long last, the prophecy has been fulfilled. Years of fear and anguish are at an end, and I have done my duty.
Yes, and all that truly matters is that I've fulfilled my purpose as a hero. For once, I selfishly wish that everyone would look away from the hero, that they would only look forward towards brighter days soon to come. With that thought in mind, I'm no longer afraid of what's coming. Of course, as prophecies often are, they remain vague and indifferent, as people's fates are sealed in parchment. I am no exception, and neither is my fate. For so long, I've prepared myself for this undeniable outcome. All things must come to an end. To lay down my life, to pave the way for peace. This shall be an honorable death. Yes, I will die as a hero. There is no wish for a different death as my consciousness wanes with every bated breath. A dying man's wishes hold little weight, only serving as a means to bargain with the brain one last time in an attempt to defy fate. My mind scrambles, grasping for one thing that a hero does not need, but I could never bear to part with. Thoughts that the hero had little time to engage with suddenly bubble to the surface. My parents, if they're still alive, would they still smile at me? The celebratory harvest festivals, the scent of home-cooked meals, and the knowledge settling in me that my companions would return safely. I would not live to see it personally.
Aww.
A wave
Han,
of
do you wanna
dark. Yeah.
Sure. I was kind of seeing how long Taiyo would go because it was kind of funny.
Wow! Wow!
No, not
He
your
got
voice
into
acting.
it. He was
I
like,
just wanted
yeah.
to keep on going.
I know. He's like, I don't have to
Ow.
work.
Ah,
A wave of darkness, wide and expansive sweeps. A wave of darkness, wide and expansive, sweeps over me. Yet I don't feel like I'm drowning, but by no means is it necessarily peaceful either. In the distance, I hear my companions' calls echoing through the deep darkness, even as I sink deeper and deeper. I only hope that the world after me would, through this victory, be given a space to have hope.
Hmm.
You want to do this one?
Okay,
A moment passes.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know who you were talking to.
Taiyo's back.
Hi. Is it my mic? Han, can you do this one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Thank
Hadn't
you.
I just been laying on the ground, bleeding
Yeah.
out to death?
Just doing
What is this? The stranger jolts as I carefully voice my inquiry. He stares at me with wide, silver... We good?
Oh, wait. Back.
Okay, we'll start from the I stand from my previous position.
Yeah.
I stand up from my previous position and kneeling with one knee. Hadn't I just been laying on the ground? Bleeding out to death. Oh, what is this? The stranger jolts as I carefully voice my inquiry. He stares at me with wide, silvery eyes, sporting an expression so dumbfounded that I could only assume he's just as confused as I am. Oops, I added a word. His slender fingers twitch as he pries them from where they're splayed on the ground. One hand balls into a fist, which he uses to furiously rub at his eyes.
That helm, I'd recognize it anywhere. You wouldn't happen to be Sir Helio Eckhart?
I nod slowly, keeping my expression impassive. An unnecessary action due to the conspicuous and unmistakable helm covering my face. It's entirely expected that my attire wouldn't give me away, but despite being a well-known public figure, I've never been particularly fond of the attention that comes with it. The constant lines that I have to read. No, I'm drinking. The constant presence of my helm atop my head was not just a safety measure, but my last attempt at maintaining a semblance of privacy.
No.
Somewhere down the line, it naturally became my symbol. The symbol of the hero.
The Sir Helio Eckhart? As in, the one who defeated the great demon lord 10 years ago and sacrificed his life for the peace of the continent?
Without even waiting for a reply, the stranger rambles on.
This doesn't make any sense. I summoned the hero? Am I actually a genius?
No.
Hey chat, is he a genius?
His eyes light up at this idea almost as quickly as they dim in self-reproach.
No. Don't get ahead of yourself, Kian.
I find myself oddly amused by the rapid swap in emotions, entranced and maybe a little envious by how earnestly the stranger displays them.
Allow me to introduce myself.
The young man hastily scrambles to stand up from his position, kneeling on the floor. dusting off his clothes as he straightens his back in an attempt to appear dignified.
To my surprise, his stature puts him ever so slightly above me, by about the width of a blade. In fact, I hadn't been able to tell from how he was hunched on the ground prior, but behind all the flowy fabric and loose sleeves was a more robust figure than was typical for a mage. Funny
luck.
buff. Lord Marcellus.
Oh,
Who is
is that me? That's me.
That's you.
Oh, wait,
that's
wait.
Good
Well,
luck.
Lord.
Lawrence Kian Marcellus of the Count House Marcellus greets Sir Helio Eckhart, the blessed savior of Rithios. I am your summoner, though that feels odd to say to an esteemed and accomplished figure such as yourself. To be frank, I'm not exactly sure how I summoned you, when I only meant to call forth an elemental companion. A legendary hero is a pretty far cry from that. Not that I'm disappointed, of course. I feel extremely fortunate to have summoned a being as powerful as yourself. Granted that you are the hero, of course, with the tarnished color of your armor and that hole in your chest.
Huh?
Mm. The mention of my own appearance gives me pause. Come to think of it, I briefly registered the dark tint of my vambrance when I first awoke, but the thought rapidly descended to the bottom of my priority list, in face with the young lord's presence. But a hole in my chest?
Huh?
That was an entirely different matter. My hand flies up to clutch at my upper torso, but pauses midair at the sight.
A chair.
True to his words, a familiar
Not again.
gaping claw mark runs across my entire
Oh.
torso, carving parts of my breastplate deep enough to expose skin, or rather, sections where there should be skin. Oh, we got a raid! Oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh,
Shizu!
thank you!
Yeah, we recently, I think we joined a little streaming group called Nyato, and he's also one of my fellow friends, so hopefully we get to interact
Sweet.
more soon. Yeah, but right now, we
But
got
Taiyo, why does it say that your team on Twitch is V-Twinks?
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
in
saw that.
several twigs. True to his words, a familiar gaping claw mark runs across my entire torso, carving out parts of my breastplate deep enough to expose skin, or rather, sections where there should have been skin.
Ooh.
Ooh. Instead of flesh, my eyes meet the grotesque sight of my exposed rib cage. Oh! Whoa.
Yikes.
So you have an exposed
Bony.
rib cage. Bony. Happy Halloween. The white bone was further highlighted by
Happy
the
Halloween.
deep void behind it. Or the entrail. How do you say this word? Entrails?
I feel like it's both.
Entrails.
It can be both.
Entrails, yeah. Or
I heard
mysteriously
entrails, but
hollowed
it could be
out.
entrails.
Yeah.
Like an entree. Entree.
Mhm.
Ente.
Yeah.
Ente.
Okay, all that was left was
Oh,
my
no.
eerily still heart.
Oh,
Certainly,
creepy.
after this, there's no question where I truly died or not. ...
My first words. ...
Bro's getting used to being alive again. I mean, maybe he's still
Wait, so
dead.
is the hero the main character in this one, or?
Yeah,
He
wait, I
is.
thought it
Yeah.
was-
Yeah, you are the protagonist.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you
Okay,
were the
yeah.
protagonist.
No,
Because I
that's
wasn't
you.
sure if like the narrator was the same as Helio.
Oh no. Well, yes, the narrator is.
I'll take over.
Helio.
I'll take over as the narrator then.
Okay.
Seems like a lot of lines.
Hmm.
Heartbeat, the steadfast rhythm that signifies life. In the absence of my own, I strangely find that I can sense another's quite clearly. For whatever reason, the sound is amplified, as if my ears pressed directly against the mage's chest. His supple, exposed. Is this a side effect of being an undead summon? To hear my master's heartbeat.
Oh?
Lord Lawrence Kian Marcellus, was it?
The tip of a
The
pink.
tip.
Oh, no, that's you.
You can read this one too. The tip of a pink tongue darts out to wet his lip, and he swallows before nodding.
Feel free to refer to me as Kian, actually. As lacking in decorum as it is, I'd be more at ease if you dropped the formalities.
All right, you're free to do the same. Then, Kian, if you're unsure about how you summoned me and formed the contract, are you at least aware of how to break it? Perhaps due to how readily I accepted my death. The idea of resurrection doesn't seem all that appealing. Thus, the The tone of my question comes out harsher than intended. Oops. Kian hesitantly shovels in place before gripping his staff and squeezing his eyes close. Close and focus. The crystal affixed to the tip of his staff glows. A second passes. Then 5. Then 20. The same mana I felt earlier. His buzzes against my skin before quickly dissipating. Kian's eyes blink back open. He shakes his head slowly, almost guiltily, like a hound caught making a mess of a feast it wasn't meant to touch, and purses his lips.
To be honest, I'm not a full-fledged necromancer or even a regular summoner. Just a mage in training. I was attempting to study ahead of my curriculum and reference some ancient text in the process, thinking the experience would be valuable. ... I'm regretful to say I lack the experience and knowledge to break this contract. Apologies.
You fool!
No.
It's not as if chastising him will do anything to remedy the situation. I let out a long sigh, not because I still possess lungs and require air, but out of sheer habit.
But I can definitely look more into it. Surely the solution is written down somewhere.
You also mentioned 10 years have passed since the great demon lord's defeat and my demise. What of my comrades?
If you're asking if they're alive and well, they are. Without the need to remain in a party, most members return to their hometowns to help deal with the aftermath of the descent.
I exhale a sigh of relief. Yes, this is the way things should be. With my comrades alive and thriving in an era of peace.
Probably the sole exception to this would be archmage Lysali, who, well, I suppose...
That's you!
Yeah, it's you! Well, I suppose this makes her a half exception. While she did return to... I cannot say that word.
Yggdrasil?
Yeah. While she did return to Yggdrasil, a couple of years ago she came back here to Kalatra and took her seat as a lecturer at this academy.
Ooh.
Lysali, you say? If there's any one person I trust to advise me on magical matters, it's her. Coincidentally enough, she seems to be in the vicinity as opposed to being weeks of travel away. Oops. I find myself hesitant to insist we recruit her assistance.
Wow.
How did she react to my death? And how would she react to the knowledge that my soul isn't peacefully at rest, but now contract bound to a mere student?
I would probably
Assuming
say
she
the
mourned my
student
death.
is a fool.
A fool of a duke. Would my resurrection not bring unwanted memories? Luckily or not, I don't have to be the one to make the decision whether to visit her.
Oh, come to think of it, the archmage would surely know what to do in this scenario, being a summoner herself. Though she specializes in elemental spirit contracts, and this is a contract summon nonetheless. And thankfully, classes have just finished for the day, so there's a good chance she's still in her office.
Kian swoops down to hastily collect several books and papers scattered across his room floor. As he does so, my gaze naturally wanders before it lands on a faintly glowing trinket, sitting atop his desk. My body reacts faster than my mind. I step forward and reach out to grab the object, but instead of grasping a solid object, my hand passes right through it and the table. I withdraw my hand with a frown and try a second time, only to be faced with the same result. Noticing what's going on, Kian stands up and looks over.
Sir, I mean, Helio? Oh, I guess it makes sense that an undead spirit isn't able to interact with the physical world, though I should be able to physically summon you as we...
Not important right now. This talisman, where did you get it? I point at the object. Sorry, you go.
I point to the object I attempted to pick up, a small wooden charm about the width of my palm. It's carved with the image of a detailed lily and accented by a royal blue ribbon. Its chipped corners and worn edges made it clear it withstood the long passage of time. I picked it up while we were walking the streets of the city. I meant to turn it into the guards in case someone came looking for it, of course, but it was nearing the time of curfew, so I rushed back here instead. And do you perhaps recognize it?
Old, faded memories resurfaced to my mind. A trembling hand pressed the talisman into my palm. A firm pat on the back, followed by the crushing embrace. Of course, it's mine. I used to carry it on my sword scabbard. The real question is how it ended up in the streets of Kaletra, and then into your hands.
A relic of the hero? Then do you think this could be related to how I summoned you?
There's a good chance. Just in case, let's take it with us, if you wouldn't mind.
I gesture once more to the talisman, now hyper-aware of my lack of ability to touch something that, years ago, I habitually held between my fingers all the time. Kian carefully picks it up and tucks it in his pocket before gathering several books and papers in one arm. With the other, he opens the door to his room and gestures for me to walk out, as if I couldn't just phase through the door. A show of consideration after seeing my reaction moments ago. Or so I gather.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ghost mode.
Is this my classroom?
Yeah.
Taiyo, you do it.
Okay.
Oh.
I trail behind Kiana as he takes the lead. My cadence falls in line with his while he trails down the long, winding corridors. And yet, unlike his steps, mine are silent and shadowless. We step into what resembles a classroom, though no students are in sight. I feel orbs of light hover, casting a soft glow over the room. Desks and benches align in columns, and in front stands a singular teaching board. Yet, what truly draws my attention isn't the orderly classroom. It's the lone figure perched on the teaching podium.
Oh, hello.
Zooey mama.
The sight of Lisali, that's me, elbow resting on the podium, idly twirling her magic catalyst as her jade eyes drift over a stack of papers, feels strangely familiar. In the span of 10 years, little about her seems to have changed, perhaps a gift of her elven nature. Her face still wears that same bored expression, the one she reserves for conversations with nobility. Pale green tresses, loosely braided, cascade down her back, just a touch longer than the last time I saw her, tracing a line across the horizon. With Sylphid and the Saintess at her back, the archmage had once boldly proclaimed that she would be the one to engage the great demon lord's servants, clearing the way for me to face them alone. That was the last time I saw her.
Professor, is now a good time?
At the sound of the sorcerer's request, Lisali perks up and beckons him closer. She then swirls her finger, causing a nearby classroom bench to glide toward the podium, inviting Kian to sit. The young master Marcellus. To what do I owe the pleasure? With a nod, Kian settles into the bench Lisali pulled out for him, placing the stack of books and papers he brought carefully at his side. I originally hoped to help him carry the load, yet my body, now a spiritual form sustained by his mana, limited how much I could assist, a stark reminder of my existence as a summoned undead. Not to mention, Kian proved stronger than he looked, though his stamina faltered slightly as he hauled the objects toward our destination.
Since your specialty is summoning magic, I was hoping you might have the answers to a few of my questions.
Naturally, it depends on what those questions are.
Well...
Kian hesitates, and I feel his heartbeat quicken, a subtle tremor that betrays either his nervousness or uncertainty about how to phrase his question.
Is it possible for a summoning contract to just happen without the summon necessarily agreeing to the contract, at least to their knowledge?
You mean a forced summoning contract?
The summoner likely didn't want it to be forced. They probably went through so much just to make their dream come to life. It's not like anyone can just lay on these insanely intricate summoning patterns from century-old books, spell books, and measure regions down to the tiniest pinch. Not to mention, basically rescheduling every class to align with the perfect hour and day of the year, all just to summon the ideal
Let me guess.
Taiyo,
You're
that's so
the
you.
supposed summoner in this little scenario, aren't you?
Maybe.
An almost imperceptible pink colors Keon's cheeks as he subtly scratches at them, shrugging.
And, as the supposed summoner, I believe you should have covered this in last semester's material. No? If I recall correctly, the course was titled Theories of Magical Summoning.
And if I recall correctly, professors aren't supposed to open up the darker chapters of their students' lives.
Depends on their scores. And whether they actually read the material.
The whimsical elf before me lets out a small laugh, fingers playing with the brim of her hat. Her playful mannerism pulls a memory to the surface. Times after demon hunt expeditions or boss fights, when she'd crack jokes or pull tiny pranks to keep our spirits from sinking under the mental and physical strain. I should breathe. From my experience, I can tell she's trying to ease Keon's nervousness. Though to an outsider unfamiliar with her antics, it might just come across as nosy probing.
A forced summoning contract isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. There are documented cases where one party's powers overwhelm the other, resulting in a contract like the one you, the supposed summoner, have, particularly when the gap between summoner and summon is significant.
Power, as in...
Excellent question. I should quiz you on that, young Master Marcellus. 1, mana. 2, power of love. Take your pick.
Keon lets out a small, relaxed laugh, seemingly now at ease with Lasali's teasing.
Not much of a quiz when there's only one answer that makes sense here.
Says the student who scored.
The answer is mana!
The loud declaration draws a few glances from students peering through the nearby hallway window, and Keon shrinks back slightly, embarrassed. Meanwhile, Lasali continues speaking as if nothing has happened.
Correct. That's why summoners must only call upon spirits they can truly handle. A weaker spirit drawn to a master far beyond its power risks exactly the kind of imbalance that leads to a forced contract. Now tell me.
She steps down from the podium, moving towards the bench where Keon sits, her hands resting on its edge. Her gaze locks onto his, sharp and curious, demanding honesty.
What or who did you summon and bind into a contract?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Lasali tilts her head, a faint smirk tugging at her lips, while Keon shifts in his seat.
Try, at least. I've lived for centuries. It takes a lot to surprise me.
Are you ready?
Though it sounds as if he's addressing Lasali, the sorcerer's gaze is fixated on mine. His mouth is drawn into a tight line, a look of determination sparkling in his mien.
Is that what you sound like with the helmet muffling you?
A familiar sensation washes over me, like the first time I was summoned.
Is it love?
A tingly warm sparks from the core of my being, bubbling and sizzling up my limbs, as if lifting me and allowing me to breathe once again.
Oh, bro is
Loose
tingly.
threads of mana whirl around me, scattering in all shut up directions, yet somehow finding every hidden corner of my spiritual physique, wrapping me completely in their flow.
Whoa.
Directionless, maybe, but undeniably alive, tracing every line of my form, rebuilding me from the inside out.
Wow.
Soon enough, my physical form solidifies, bones and sinew knitting together, muscles taking shape, as if I were born anew. Yet again, no heartbeat stirs within my chest.
No. This can't possibly be.
I inhale deeply, savoring the air as I prepare to speak. The crisp, dry scent of parchment and ink clinging to Keon mingles with the powerful pulse of his magic, while from Lasali comes the earthy, herbal tang of potions and forest herbs, faintly sweet and sharp all at once. Greetings, Lasali. Sorry. Greetings, Lasali. Her eyes widen, shimmering with disbelief.
A voice. You You can't be real. After all this time.
However, before the words can leave my lips, I see a delicate hand brushing against my helmet, lifting it with a gentle insistence.
It's really you, Helio.
A mixture of joy, relief, and disbelief flickers upon her face as she takes in my form.
Welcome back, old friend.
Her voice trembles just slightly. Even still, the smile on Lisali's visage doesn't falter in the slightest, letting the hollows of my undead form ache in a way I hadn't expected. I'm hot!
Wait, I know what I was gonna say. Wait, he's cute. Oh no, he's hot.
It's good to see you again. Would she sink into nostalgia, reminiscing about the years we fought side by side against the Demon Lord, the blood and sweat and laughter of countless battles? Or would she scold me, angered by the recklessness of my early death, at my decision to throw myself into my fate as the hero without regard for the circumstances, consequences, oh my gosh. But to my surprise, her eyes, those jade eyes I remembered so well, softened instead of hardening.
Dang, did you have a crush on me or something? You're still wearing that same outfit from 10 years ago. Then again, they do say that true fashion never goes out of style.
Beside us, Kian laughs, sheepish, the sound drawing both of our attention.
That wasn't me, I swear.
You've got some explaining to do, young Master Marcellus. And I want every single detail.
Oh,
Don't leave anything out.
what?
Oh my.
With a flick of her wrist, Lisali seals the classroom in a sheath of magic, ensuring not a word or image escapes. Whether it's to protect Kian from what he may reveal, or to prevent panic at the sight of a so-called legendary hero walking again, I can't be sure. Her tone sharpens as the questioning continues, scolding Kian for his reckless attempt at a summoning, for dabbling in practicals without grasping their consequences, and, of course, for not paying attention in the lectures. Though there's something almost maternal about her admonishment.
Mommy?
I see why you chose me here.
Great casting, Taiyo.
Yeah.
At first, Kian's usual aloofness makes it seem as though her words go in one ear and out the other. Yet, as I watch him fidget under her gaze, the guilt flickering behind his eyes, I realize that he does sense the vehemence of what he's done. Perhaps seeing me reunite with Lisali, seeing my place in history he's only ever read about, made the reality of summoning me sink in more deeply than he'll admit out loud.
Wow.
I already promised I wouldn't do it again.
A promise isn't enough. You also have to take responsibility for the mess you've made.
You know, I'm not the type that...
You have to.
Kian falters, lips pressed thin. His hands clench against his knees.
I know that, but where am I supposed to even begin from?
Lisali sets a hand on her student's shoulder, a gesture that makes him look up to her with wide, searching eyes. For a moment, I almost expect her to reassure him. Yet, when she finally speaks, her gaze slides past Kian and lands squarely on me.
You're supposed to be the hero here, Helio. Time to help a mage in training.
The elf's words catch me off guard. From the corner of my eye, I see Kian blink in equal shock, his bewilderment a perfect reflection of my own.
You two are bound by the contract. The young master's mana sustains you. Because of that bond, you are attuned to him. And that makes you the only one capable of guiding him. Of teaching him to control the very force that binds you together.
I narrow my eyes, Lisali's words sitting uneasily in my chest. So you're saying the excessive gap between Kian's mana and mine dragged me into a contract I had no say in, and now I'm bound to be his tutor because of it?
Lisali's smile sharpens, her eyes glinting like she's savoring the chance to stir trouble.
That's one theory. The other Ooh.
She leans in closer to Kian, lowering her voice as though sharing a secret. Though it's of no use, since I can hear her words through my connection with the sorcerer anyways.
Is the power of love.
The
I'm gonna
word
piss
dang
myself.
hangs in the air. Kian stiffens, his face blooming red until it looks ready to combust. If I had blood in my veins, they'd be searing too. There must be another reason. Some overlooked or misdrawn summoning pattern. Maybe even a miscalculated amount of...
That's not possible. I double-checked everything. No, triple-checked. I even had to skip one day of my classes just to make sure the timing lined up perfectly with...
Lasali interrupts with a sly tilt of her brimmed hat.
Oh, I wonder whose class that was. It would be quite the shame if missing it earned you a failing grade, wouldn't it?
Kian freezes, a faint blush creeping up on his cheeks as he stammers.
No, that can't happen. I did everything right.
If everything was done correctly, and my centuries of training and experience serve me right, then there must be some other factor causing the mix-up. Perhaps some item amplified his mana during the process, like a talisman or...
A spark lights in my mind, and I immediately turn to Kian. The pendant. You have it on you, right? He fumbles through the clutter behind him and draws out a delicate pendant, untouched by time, looking just as it did all those years ago when it was still mine.
Oh, isn't this the one your parents gave you, Helio? What's it doing here?
I'm not entirely sure. I found it downtown in Caladra. I was planning to hand it over to the authorities when I had the chance.
Hearing this, Lasali moves towards the back of the classroom, rifling through shelves until she pulls out an old newspaper. Squinting slightly, I read the headline. Hero's sword stolen. Thieves still at large.
I think this might explain part of it.
At first, I didn't know what to make of it. It's natural for vultures to circle after a hunt, scavenging scraps of glory or defeat. But to realize the same could happen to me, I hadn't imagined it. To think the dead have so little control over their lives. Strangely, I don't feel any sadness. Or rather, the melancholy I sense isn't my own. It belongs to Kian.
That's just awful. I can't believe anyone would do this.
Unfortunately, that's the way of the world. Even after the Demon Lord's defeat, the darker side of humanity refuses to be vanquished.
She leans closer, gesturing towards the pendant in question.
What matters is the object itself. Because it's something Helio held dear, no wonder his soul was drawn toward it, and toward you holding it.
Then it was my fault after all.
That's not true. Kian looks at me, a bleary vulnerability in his eyes. I just want to punch him.
Dang.
I can feel the ache of his sorrow reverberate through the bond between us. Were my chest not hollow, I imagine my heart would constrict at the sight of him, so upset.
Oh?
Like Lasali said, it was a combination of factors. The gap in our powers, this object acting as a catalyst, and me being drawn to your mana.
Exactly so. The best we can do now is have our legendary hero guide you, help you channel your mana, refine your pathways, and learn to control it. Sorry for the voice crack, damn.
That's okay.
That
How
way,
could you?
you'll have a chance. Sorry, can you break
Unbefitting of the archmage.
That way, you'll have a chance at breaking this forced contract.
Upon hearing Lasali's final words of advice, Kian rises from his bench, a newfound resolve in his movements as he gathers his scattered supplies.
Thank you for your help, Professor.
Anytime. And if you run into any problems, don't hesitate to stop by.
I begin preparing to leave as well, sliding my helm into place.
Always in a rush, aren't you, Helio?
Before I can move, Lasali closes the distance, wrapping me in a bone-crushing embrace.
Get crushed, nerd!
I allow it,
Whoa.
trusting my reconstructed frame can withstand her strength.
Whoa.
Take care, old friend.
Boing, boing.
I will, Lasali. You take care as well. With a flick of her wrist, the magical barrier shielding the classroom dissolves, spilling light into the side window and revealing the hallway beyond. Just like that, the world resumes its rhythm, and life goes on.
I observed
Since your
the
character's
sheen of
not
sweat.
unseen.
Yeah. Gathering along Kian's temple, tracing a slow path down his cheek, catching the light from the stained glass window as it moves. Wow, you are really into him. He wipes at them with a quick motion, but it does little to mask the unsteady rhythm of his breath, or the heartbeat I can hear thrumming faintly through my altered body.
Are you alright?
We had hurried back from Lasali's classroom, doing our best to slip past the curious stares of students and faculty. I hadn't bothered to conceal myself beyond my helmet. However, the steel only seemed to draw more whispers and scrutinizing gazes than it deflected.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can't tell if it's his lingering frustration or the weight of Lasali's words still pressing down on him, but something about the way his shoulders sag make me want to steady him. Whoa.
Boy, let those shoulders sag.
My God.
Is it genuine concern born from what I see before me, or merely the tug of being his summon, the strange current of mana compelling me to care for him more than I should?
Yowie?
I'm gonna lose my composure. Just need to catch my breath for a second.
Glancing around, I half expect to find something to fan him with, or maybe a cup of water lying around. Instead, all I see is an utter disaster.
Sorry, I can't keep up with the legendary hero's stamina.
Taiyo! I meant your room. Yeah, you want to do this?
Yeah. Kian freezes, then averts his eyes with a bashful look as the misunderstanding sinks in.
It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. It's far worse. Absolutely terrifying, in fact.
Now that I finally have time to take it in, the sight makes my stomach turn. Or at least, it would if I still had one. I've fought demons that reeked of less chaotic energy. Books are strewn across the floor, some stacked in a haphazard pile in the corner, large enough to rival a dragon's hoard. The bed by the window is no better. Its blanket lies in a crumpled heap that could either mean someone just woke up and hadn't yet tidied, or that its owner has long since abandoned the very idea of cleanliness.
I'll clean my
Which
room,
one
I
was it?
promise.
I can only hope it's the former. Crumpled papers litter the ground, and to make matters worse, the trash can itself lies toppled on its side, as if it's given up on its purpose and decided to join the mess.
No.
How can you live like this?
You live like this, bro?
I'll have you know it's super cozy. You just haven't had the chance to appreciate it properly.
Oh my god, you really are a boy failure who tried to summon a house husband to fix you. Wow.
Oh no!
So Taiyo-coded. I think.
Is it
Guess
good?
who's back?
Having now caught his breath, or maybe just emboldened by my insult, Kian strides toward the bed, grabbing the crumpled blanket with mock pride.
See? Premium multi-purpose comfort. I can lie and sleep with it. I can shove it under my feet for extra support while reading. I can treat it as my emotional support object. And I can cry into it every time I get my exam scores back. Promise you'll forget about the last part, okay?
I stare at him, incredulous, trying to decide if he's actually serious or just stringing me along. Judging by the proud tilt of his chin, my summoner truly believes in this philosophy of filth.
You must be joking.
I promise, one night under this blanket and you'll have the best sleep of your life. You can even see the
Oh?
stars and night sky from the window.
He said, "Do you want a snuggle?" Boy.
Wanna hold
Jan
pose?
gestures toward the stained glass window beside the bed. Wait, that's pretty, though. I want that. Well, I can't fathom how anyone rests easy with their back against such a vulnerable spot, practically begging for an assassin's blade or a monster's claws. I find myself far more unsettled by his ridiculous claims regarding the blanket.
Oh no. No. No! No! Absolutely not!
I immediately snatch the blanket from his hand, our fingers colliding in the scramble. The brief contact sends a flicker through me, a small spark that jumps up my arm. It's probably just our mana connection, as summoner and summon. But it lingers, warm and briefly distracting.
Oh my god.
I spread the blanket across the bed, neatly as I can, smoothing out every wrinkle, even giving the pillow a firm fluffing for good measure.
Order at last.
Hey, you ruined the crumpliness.
You're welcome.
I step back to admire my handiwork, only to feel the heel of my sabaton bump against an object,
Like a
the dull
foot?
thud resonating beneath my
Shoot.
feet.
Be careful. Those are limited edition spellbooks from over 2 centuries ago. I had to pull strings just to borrow them from the Academy Library. If even one of them gets damaged, I'll never hear the end of it from the archivist. And she already kind of hates me.
Oh, I wonder why. Without waiting for him to finish, I scoop up the scattered books and start shoving them onto the shelves of his desk. They're already crammed with trinkets, doodads, and curiosities, but somehow I manage to wedge everything into the cubbies and drawers. Slowly, the towering pile in the corner shrinks, disappearing piece by piece. In the process, I shift some of the papers on his desk, notes on magical formulas, hand-eye coordination exercises, detailed potion ingredients, and more which I don't even recognize. And most surprising of all,
You have such beautiful handwriting.
Really?
No, nerd.
So mean.
a faint crimson spreads across the sorcerer's cheeks, and he lets out an awkward cough.
I thought you were going to scold me for those too.
I don't scold without reason. If I do, it's only to help someone improve.
I let my eyes linger on the perfectly formed letters.
And your writing, flawless as far as I can see.
Kian exhales, a small laugh escaping him.
I guess I owed that to my tutors back at home. At least one good thing came from all the harsh training.
Your tutors?
I raise an eyebrow, curious to know the story behind his words, but Kian doesn't elaborate.
He's a rich boy.
Oh my god. Instead, he crouches by the knocked-over trash bin, gathering the crumpled papers.
I'm not helping you just to earn your praise or anything, alright?
If you do well, why not?
Bro just wants the praise, but he won't admit it. I lift a crumpled sheet myself, letting it rest in my hand while he handles the rest.
I'll have you know, my room isn't usually this bad. The only reason it's a tiny bit more messy is because I was preparing for the summoning process.
He gestures toward the green chalkboard and pinboard, crowded with diagrams of summoning circles, notes on their geometry, elemental calculations, and the requirements for the ritual. Scattered among them are failed experiments, scribbled hypotheses, and worn study material. A chaotic mess, yes, but one that clearly bore the mark of someone who had poured immense effort into their work.
You worked hard to summon me, didn't you?
I mean, I never thought I'd actually summon the legendary hero, let alone having him serve me and clean my room.
He lets out a shallow chuckle as he straightens up, the trash bin and scattered papers all cleaned up.
If you'd cleaned up after yourself, You wouldn't need your summon doing it for you.
Now you sound like my maids back at home. God.
Maids?
Oh no.
This is the first time anyone's ever compared me to a maid.
He just wants you
Sorry,
to
I
wear
just
a
wanted to
maid
say that line.
outfit. Yeah.
Oh my god. Back when I was alive, my teammates used to joke and call me a mother hen. So this new comparison feels quite different. Honestly.
Honestly, it was never this bad at home. The staff would always tidy up before things got out of hand.
Kian scratches the back of his neck, a faint blush creeping across his cheeks. Like, yeah, I wonder why it never got that bad, huh?
Plus, I kept all my magical study materials hidden so no one would ever stumble across a mess like this.
I wait for him to continue, but he stays silent, just as he did earlier when he brought up the topic of his tutors. Something in his expression, his soft pout, the way his eyes flicker with uncertainty, draws me in. He's so cute. Oh my god. I get it. I can't tell if it's to offer comfort or just to be closer, but I feel compelled to reach for him. Then, the crumpled piece of paper in my hand shifts my attention. It's this one.
Guess I forgot to toss this one.
Kian lunges for the paper in my hand like it's a ticking Magitech bomb. I sidestep, catching him as he stumbles into me.
Let me throw that away for you. A hero like you doesn't need to bother with that. Oh my god.
Curiosity wins, or maybe it's my selfish desire to see his beautiful handwriting again that makes me uncrumple the sheet of paper.
Annual exam of theories of magical summoning. Lawrence Kian M. Marcellus. Sorry.
Please stop. This is too embarrassing.
Okay, now that is just straight up Taiyo.
And your score is...
The numbers glare back like tiny, mocking demons.
How? How is this even possible?
I shake my head, letting out a sigh.
Now I understand why there's so many tear marks on your pillow. Tear marks.
You promised you'd forget about it!
The sorcerer leaps out of my arms, desperately grabbing for the paper again. The way you're still in his arms, though?
I don't recall such a promise.
Yo.
You did in my head! That counts!
The sorcerer presses against me, and his hand reaches out. I'm set to avoid his grasp again, but the warmth radiating from his fingers distracts me just long enough for the paper to slowly slip from my fingers. Kian wastes no time, snatching it up and hurling it away. It likely won't erase the memory, but at least the evidence is gone.
We're not talking about this ever! Otherwise, I'm unsummoning you right now!
Your
The way you
exam
don't even
scores
know.
tells me otherwise.
Oh! It's the practical that matters!
The banter continues for a few more moments before Kian leaves to get some air. Meanwhile, I decide to continue tidying up.
Ooh.
I tug at the folds of the blanket, straightening them until the bed looks even more orderly. Oh, stop, you're so cute! Oh my god!
I got you these.
Little chibi!
It's like you can't tell that there's a massive gaping hole
Oh,
in my
baby!
chest.
Yeah!
He's so baby! Oh my god, the apron, right? Yes, that's the MC. He's so cute!
I think the massive gaping hole was, I think his body got reconstructed a bit more, but I'm not sure if it's
Oh,
still
Oh yeah,
there.
that's right. I think when the body came back, he like got not holy.
But
in
what
the
about my kokoro, my heart?
It's okay, I'll fill
Oh.
that up for you.
Oh my god!
Cringe this.
Next, I return the remaining scattered books to their places on the desk shelves. Yeah, he literally is the maid now.
Yeah!
So male wife. You know, I love a good male wife. I kind of need him. Hey, can you come over? With a few dampened cloths, I scrub the floor, watching the dirt swirl away. And finally, I turn my attention to the bookcase tucked behind the chalkboard. dusting away at it until it gleams once more.
Oh, he's dancing in the armor. I mean, he's cleaning in armor.
Right, it's literally
La, la,
wonderful. I
la, la,
cannot
la.
get over how cute this art is. Oh my god. I need
Yeah.
this as my screensaver. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so cute.
I'm not sure if this is to be my new normal as a summoned undead. Dodging curious gazes whenever we step outside, tidying up after my sorcerer, and trying not to get distracted by the tempting pull of his mana every time his expressions catch my attention. Hello, welcome new viewers. Yet somehow
Hello.
it feels
Hi.
tender,
Yeah.
a warmth I hope
super
I'll have the
cute.
chance to feel again, lingering close to him. Oh,
We have a long journey ahead of us, Lawrence, Kian, Marcellus.
oh my god! I stand up, stepping towards the door. Maybe I should take a look around outside. I haven't been able to do a proper survey of the area yet. It's unlikely we'll be ambushed on an academy campus, but it's still better to be safe than sorry. I'd ask Kian to accompany me, but he's busy. Oh, I think he'll let you. However, this is a good opportunity to explore
Let me do
my
anything.
limits. I haven't left Kian's side since he summoned me. At the very least, I should gauge how far I'm able to travel from my summoner's side while still sensing his presence. How stunning. I haven't yet had a chance to admire the architecture of this campus. The gardens are beautiful, as is the detailing on the pillars, which were tall and fine, supporting the corridor of arches unfurling in front of me, giving the illusion of an infinite passageway.
Oh.
During the war, I didn't really spend much time studying the intricacies of architecture, but the thought that my sacrifice has given way to such beauty stirs something within me. Things really have changed in the years that I was dead.
10 years, huh? I suppose that in this new era of peace, the Empire has been able to develop much faster than I thought.
Oh, a set of 4 footsteps approach, rounding the corner towards me. Although they most
Yes.
likely don't pose a threat, I still feel an urge to be out of sight. Despite it not being necessary, I step into the shadows of a nearby column, close enough to observe, but secluded enough that I won't be perceived. We passed some of those students earlier. It sounds like they're talking about Kian. The student steps slow as they approach a nearby table, and having caught wind of Kian's name, I decide to listen in. He was with someone.
Kian, with someone.
You guys totally
Yeah, you
missed
guys-
it.
What did we
What do-
miss?
The guy Kian was with. He had a full suit of armor on, like helmet and everything.
What did we
What?
miss?
Was he a knight or something? I thought nobles weren't allowed to bring servants onto campus.
Maybe, wait. I think he looked more like a fan of the hero. His armor looked pretty similar. Really similar, actually. He also had this weird vibe to him. Who, Kian?
Kian!
No, the armor guy. He had this strange energy coming off of him.
Strange energy.
Don't scare us like that.
I'm serious, he didn't seem like a human. I could feel it from a distance.
Now that you mentioned it, I was so distracted by the fact that someone was with him that I didn't even notice, but I think you're right.
What? Are you saying he actually managed to summon someone?
Kian, summoning a whole person? No way. You know how far beyond the young masters. He's even worse than the first years.
Agreed. It's impossible for him to have pulled off something like that. How odd. Kian doesn't seem to be very well liked by his peers. I didn't think that would be the case, as Liselli seemed to be quite fond of him. Hey, I like my boy failures, okay?
I could kind of guess that he was.
Yeah.
Isn't it so embarrassing to be worse than a whole class of people younger than you?
Oh
I
my
would
God.
literally pass away.
Totally. Ugh, don't even want to think about it. So, Kian is older than others in his year. However, I see no reason for him to be so scorned. Is it not enough that he's trying? These students lack quite a bit of empathy. Are all students like this? I suppose not attending an academy like this was a blessing in disguise. I wonder what my life would be like if I had grown up in this era. Perhaps I would be able to understand why these students so willingly voice their disdain. Oh, they're taking their leave. Maybe I should go as well. It's starting to get a bit late. Is Kion still out? The sorcerer's room is still quite the mess. It may take some time before it's fully cleaned. But for now, I suppose this is suitable enough for us to practice as mana control. Liseli did say that Kion has a large mana reserve, and yet he still seems to be falling behind compared to his peers. Perhaps he's experiencing difficulty with channeling that energy. It's been a while since I used mana myself. Well, I haven't exactly been alive. But hopefully this body of mine holds up well enough. I would really like to see Kion succeed in this academy. He has great potential. And what those students said earlier is still bothering me. It's up to me to train Kion well. He can be a great mage. I just know it. We'll show his peers just how strong he really is.
And how much he's a nerd.
I can fix him. End of demo. Thank you for playing.
Yeah.
I got really into that. Oh my god.
Right?
I'm like, I want more.
Same. That's why I was like,
That was so cute. Oh
I
my
gotta
god.
help hype it up with you guys.
Yeah, I really like the little flirty bits that they were like, I'm really drawn to him. I don't know why. I was like,
Right?
oh, you are? And then,
Yeah.
okay, Loki, the professor, she was kind of like, let me put them together. I just want to see what happens. You know the one chaotic person that's like, let me put these two people together and see how it works, just for funsies,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Stellis,
that's me.
you were here? Oh, the main artist is here.
That was
Hello! Great artwork! Thank you for working hard on this. This is
such a good
fun.
job. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know, I had a lot of fun. This is actually the first time I've ever, voiced anything on stream. Kind of want to do this again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. Alright, hold up. I need to go here.
Mhm.
But yeah, oh shit, do I introduce you guys first? Oh fuck, wait.
I'm standing on here because I'm not really a streamer.
We haven't rated out yet, but yeah, remember to follow Leah and to follow Han.
Yay.
Hold on. Let me just do this right now. Okay, alright. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my god, why am I really so scalped?